All right, boys. You know what tonight is.
Mike Kolb is finally going to tell us he's really a woman?
Goddamn, pal, sing the fucking jingle.
Ah, Jesus. Wednesday night, I get to stay up late. No? Maybe?
Let's get going.
All right.
Welcome to Up Late 958. Hello, everyone. I'm Rocco the Model, and to my left is Mr. James E. Coelho, and right there, right down below. Jeez.
Just where he likes it.
Yeah, literally, we're like, Mr. the King of Pushing and Pulling, Mr. Mike Cole.
What's
And
going
I
on,
just,
gentlemen?
not a whole lot, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hoping I'm going to get some text messages tonight. So
I just got a letter here in my lap, and I just want to read it to you guys.
Oh, boy. Breaking news.
Dear future subscribers, Mrs. Model regrets to inform you that tonight will not be the big reveal, but in fact, next Wednesday, October the 6th, will indeed be the big reveal. Love, Mrs. Model. What do you guys think?
I have an objection.
What's
ahead.
up?
I don't know how she's Mrs. Model. You haven't put a ring on it yet.
She just signed. That's how she signed it. I guess. Who knows? But that would said, yes, your screen looks a little different tonight. There's no Frank and there's no Carl. Frank is in Seattle. Carl's somewhere in fucking Yugoslavia somewhere, just chasing things around, and I'm sure he'll come back soon. He's got an ocean to swim through and a few things. But you've got these three interesting looking fellows, especially that guy down there.
True story. Hey, you know what we figured? You know what I just figured out?
What's that?
We're streaming to Twitch, and we're streaming to Facebook and Twitter, but no one went in and did the My Chat Pack or whatever, the Brostalgia new Twitter. No one's updated that since Periscope went away. So anyone who's following that channel is not going to know we're here.
Oh, goddamn, pal.
So good thing the reveals next week. It gives us a week to fix that.
Yeah. So, and you didn't. I don't think there's the man of infamy is up here either.
No, he disappeared. That's why I'm trying to fix that right now.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. So, gentlemen, have we watched AEW tonight?
No.
James,
I
did. Mike, that was probably a question for James because you've got two kids you're handling right now.
I'm not even kidding when I tell you this. That
please tell me that's Frank's real number.
It is.
That's
I cannot wait for my wife to be home in the next hour. When I texted you guys saying you got me for the first 10 to 15 minutes of this, I literally was dripping in sweat from running up and down my stairs, like juggling two kids and doing things. So I didn't even know it was Wednesday until about 45 minutes ago.
Huh.
Oh boy.
Just being honest. So I didn't watch any wrestling. Yeah, AEW is recorded, so I'll watch it, sometime this year.
Are you are you going to concern yourself with spoilers?
No.
Okay, so go for it, James.
Yeah, let it dish.
We have a new TNT champion, boys and girls.
Oh my God, don't tell me.
It's too late. It's all over Twitter too. So, and Road to the Top is on. But Sammy Guevara is your new TNT champion, defeating Miro, who is no longer undefeated.
Okay.
Okay.
Any clean win? What?
It was clean win. Clean win. The match was great. Yeah, I just seemed a little off that he was the winner because there was really no. It was like a 1 week build, and the whole thing was around his buddy Fuego del Sol putting up his car to get his ass beat by Miro. So there's that.
Oh boy.
But yeah, no, there's the match itself in a vacuum was good. I wish that actually there was more storytelling. Like Sammy lost because of something and then comes back and beats him. But Sammy Guevara, your new AEW TNT champion, and Miro will tell you something else about God's favorite champion and how he's going to go home to his double jointed wife.
Jeez.
Some of the best promos of his life have been happening in AEW.
Very true. Because he's getting a chance to actually talk.
Well, yeah. Well, it's talk about something that's funny.
Touche.
Because he was talking, but he was talking about. Well, when he was talking about Rusev Day, that was always funny. But then they started having him talk about, I don't know, his wife cheating on him or something. Like it's kind of stupid.
And the whole
Especially like then the next day, like they're on Instagram making out. So there's that.
Yeah, there was no continuity there, was there?
There was zero continuity. It was zero kayfabe there for sure.
So did you happen to catch NXT last night?
Oh.
2.0. Oh, NXT 2.0.
I don't think I'm going to be watching NXT anymore after last week. I think last week was my done with NXT time.
Why? What happened?
This dude, Bronson Steiner, Rex Steiner, I'm not going to use his whatever name they've given him. That dude's going to be a star, number one. He looks outstanding. The best part of the entire package is not only does he work like Rick, he sounds like Scott on the mic, which is so awesome. I can't wait for I just can't wait for what's possible. Like I'm looking for Steiner math someday, but Sunday when he suddenly remembers that he's a Steiner and that's his new last name. I think it'd be good. But other than that, there is a lot of nothing going on that show. It is really bad.
Yeah, I saw pictures of like the set. I know they went through the whole redesign, all that stuff.
Yep.
But I swear to, I'm looking at like a '90s like beach sitcom when I look at it. It's like
so. It's here's the best way I can describe it. It's like watching a '90s talk show in an arena, but with '80s WWE characters. Like the characters they're coming out with are starting to be all professions or stereotypical things, and I'm just like there's a dude that's woke. Like that's his gimmick, and so it's funny to have it because he's portraying a heel because the owner's a billionaire Republican, so it's not resonating in the way that I think that he was hoping.
No.
Yeah.
But this is my favorite gimmick on NXT 2.0.
Oh, I knew you were going to go there.
Oh, I'm totally going there. I think she looks.
There's no way
fantastic.
that she wrestles in that, by the way.
No fucking way at all. But
pass.
I could picture it being.
Why
something
would you
similar.
pass? What are you passing on,
bro? I don't think you have. I don't think you should pass on anything.
Wow. 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 Wowie wow wow.
This coming from the guy whose girlfriend has to start an OnlyFans. Got it.
Hey, man, they gotta make money to pay the bills.
God damn, pal.
Holy crap. Here we go.
We got another guest coming in, I think.
Coming in hot.
I'll wait till he gets his headphones on and gets prepared here.
Well, let's give him some intro music.
There you go. Do we have any?
Let's see what he has here.
We can play the FFP thing.
Oh, did we get Timmy C?
If it's still up there. No, we did not get Timmy C. Come on.
Oh, Dollar Bill Dave. Cool.
No, we got the host of the
Angel?
FFP.
We got Angel?
No, we didn't get the star of the show.
Who's left?
Well,
The host.
there's only one.
That's
person.
Timmy.
There's only one person.
Timmy's supposedly starring.
Oh, let's give him this.
Oh, God, no! Oh, fuck! What the fuck? Oh! Oh, God, no! Oh, my God, that is fucking...
What's up,
TJ's
buddy?
I didn't know TJ was on a podcast.
Yeah, man.
I thought you were just. I literally thought you were just like their biggest fan.
I mean, I am.
Is that a Ryan Leaf jersey too?
No, this is a Dan Fouts
Outs, yeah.
classic powder blue.
Love it.
Also, you can tell I just finished recording our latest show because you can see all of my empty beer cans right here.
Oh boy.
It's a good one. Oh my God, it's a good one.
Saturday night is going to be something else to watch this.
Yeah, so let's bring that up, James. Saturday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. We're doing our first live Twitch show with Rucker from 80 Proof Podcast, Boots to Faces, plural. I met him at Top Guy Weekend. Great dude. We're super excited for this show. And again, everyone who sent DMs to the show to get on, you will be on at some point. So just keep that in mind. We appreciate everyone submitting. Dozens. Mike Kolb was one of them.
Mike Kolb's probably had like a picture of somebody's wife or something.
I called Timmy an inbred in my message.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
God.
there's that.
So I didn't know Mike Kolb was going to be coming to us live from Lauren Yaffe's house.
Shh.
Live
Separated.
from outside of Atlanta somewhere.
He's also
what's-
coming to us from Frank Bruno's phone number.
Nice.
Send your nudes.
All right,
there.
hold on.
You should send in that picture that's on the desktop of your Mac, TJ.
I should not. Oh, I should. That'd be very funny. My wife thought that was hilarious, even though it was not.
My wife called me immature and then walked out of the room.
I enjoyed it a lot. So what's
Sure
happening,
did.
fellas? What are we talking about tonight?
So we were talking a little bit of AEW, a little bit of NXT. Both of which
Rocco just wants to talk about this right here.
Of
That's what
course
Rocco
I
wants to talk
do.
about.
I'm in.
See? Oh, so only Kolb is not in this. Apparently.
Wait, hold on, TJ. Would you rather hit that or Charlotte Flair?
Ooh.
I'll hit.
See, with
Flair
Charlotte, I might
with
have
a
to
frying
fight.
pan.
I might have to fight Andrade first. And I'm pretty sure I could take him, but I'll do Mandy Rose. Just there's not as much effort. I don't have to fight anyone. I don't think.
there you go. Tino, whatever the hell his name was, who was in NXT.
Tino Martinez.
Somebody
No,
nobody
not
cares
that
about.
Tino. Tino Sabatini, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, some guy who's obviously way better looking than me.
Way out of his
As long as it's not the guy that's clearly a Steiner.
Oh, no.
Oh, we were just talking about the guy
That's
that
what we were
was
talking about
clearly a
before we came
Steiner.
I am not fighting that dude.
I refuse to watch NXT anymore unless I'm going to record it and just watch all of the Bronson Steiner stuff because he sounds like
It's-
Rick and talks like Scott, and that means that
It's
we could get a
weird.
math promo somewhere.
It's Rex Steiner. I mean, let's get that clear. But I mean, this dude.
Well,
I don't
his
know.
I thought his real name is Bronson Steiner.
It's Rex Steiner. His last name. Their
Yeah.
actual
Oh, sorry.
shoot last name is
Bronson Rex
Steiner.
Steiner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, this dude is. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Could be the first legitimate rookie star they've had
Mhm.
since The Rock.
They got three guys that I think, him being one of the three, that could be catapulted shameless plug, could be catapulted up to the main roster.
This guy knows.
Could be catapulted to the main roster. You got Steiner Man for sure.
Mhm.
Odyssey Jones has something.
Yes.
He's
Love
huge,
Odyssey Jones.
but he's got the personality and everything else. And I think Carmelo Hayes, not just because he won the breakout, but he actually has both the speaking chops and the ability to work. So those are the three that could potentially do something, but Vince wouldn't know what to do with them.
There's that.
That's the problem. Although, if Steiner's getting a push now because Vince is running the show, potentially that could be okay.
So let's discuss this while we're talking about young stars with the influx of guys that AEW's gotten. Brian Danielson, excuse me. Adam Cole, CM Punk, Ruby Soho. At what point, and I don't even mean this as a joke, I mean this legitimately, at what point do we see some of these AEW originals start to disappear? And we all know who I'm talking about.
I'm gonna hope sooner rather than later, but I don't know how long their contracts are. But I would not be surprised to, in the next 6 months, not see Joey Janela, Sonny Kiss. Trying to think of who else, like right off top, that definitely just there's no value. I think
Brandon Cutler.
Cutler's not gonna go anywhere because he's one of the fall guys of that group. The same with Nakazawa.
I do love the fact we haven't seen Nakazawa in weeks, by the way, which is fine.
Not whatever it is. Yeah, it's
I do love the fact that Brian Danielson now cuts a promo that he loves his old place of work, and everyone was, you can't say that. They can't.
Everybody was appalled in Chicago when he said that the first time. I was like,
it's a place that made him a star. Like, let's be real for a minute. Okay.
Well,
I just don't understand why is it got to be this. Like, oh my God, you can't like both things. Oh, you can't praise the other one while you're like the other one while you like the other.
People should be looking at it how he wanted it probably to come off, which is he liked that place and he still came. So there's nothing left over there.
Correct.
I know that while we're sitting here kind of comparing, and to your point, TJ, I think that we're already going to start seeing some of those younger, the originals slowly disappear and end up on the social media channels of AEW, we'll say.
Yeah.
But kind of switching gears, did anybody hear, I'm sure you all have because you're probably listening to more content than I am, catch the beginning of the 83 Weeks podcast where they start talking and comparing ratings between AEW and WWE?
No.
Because if you haven't, listen to it. It is perfect. And it's not Eric's not disparaging towards either. He just cuts it straight to it, gets right to it, and just explains differences and how he sees it, and how ad execs see it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's probably one of the best 15 to 20 minutes of anything I've listened to in 6 months, not counting anything on Filter Free Podcast. Follow and like wherever you get your podcasts.
Thank you.
Cheap plug.
Seriously.
Cheap plug.
What is it? Is it this week's?
I assume so.
Is it the one?
It's the one with 6.
Yeah, the one with 6
with Xbox.
Okay.
Guys, I got to be so honest with you. I've been so far out of the loop for the last month on this stuff. I have not listened to anything in the last month.
Well, Bruce, because I know he's your favorite, was just in Huntsville, and they recorded shows in Huntsville.
Oh,
they were great, by the way. Great.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to catch up on a lot of stuff.
To tell you where I am, I'm at because I try to go chronologically, and I only skip ahead for a few things. Right now, I'm still in June. I'm in June 27th. So,
I'm
on the last 3 of 40 for 40.
Do you listen to everything, James?
No, I skip some things. I don't listen to the week in 30 because I don't know what happened. That I'm not even close to that week. I don't listen. I will not listen to Gerald Briscoe until Taylor Williamson is gone. That's just, it's not, I know that's never going to happen, but I'm just not going to, I'm no interest.
Yeah,
And
it's hard to listen to. I couldn't get through the first episode.
I don't listen to Penzer, and I don't listen to 95% of the archive stuff.
So you listen to X-Ray?
I have listened to all the new ones. I was not listening when it was just him by himself
Got
because
it.
it was tough to follow.
Yeah,
It also
there are
depends on the
plenty of
match.
weeks.
Like I think I skipped one from like some match they covered from the 70s. I was like, I don't care about this.
I typically will skip around for sure. Uh, I'm going to be honest. Tony's my favorite,
Yeah.
but what they're currently the year that they're covering, I really wasn't even watching that, and I'm not going to do watch-alongs right now. So there's not a whole lot to listen. Like I'll listen to an occasional one when I want to just hear him and Conrad make jokes and laugh, but that's about it.
I will say I jumped because again I was like you guys, I was out of the loop with my job and everything else for several months. Like I listened to very little. I've jumped back in with WHW in the last month or so. I've tried to keep up, and might be a bonus show with yours truly here on the What Happened When feed. But
Nice.
Royal Rumble 2000, Cactus Jack, and Triple H. But Tony's in rare form right now. Tony and Conrad might be the best they've been. They're hitting on all cylinders. Like that show is still just, to me, that show is still like what the other shows should strive to be. Just Conrad and his host is fucking off the entire time, cracking jokes. Maybe people like, now. Granted, I understand JR's not that guy. I understand Art Double A is not that guy, and Bischoff's not even that guy.
Bischoff's not that
It's big-
guy, but the reason I think Bischoff is sort of up there in the 1A, 1B conversation of those two is that they're covering something and he's covering it from a different just mindset versus just cracking. Like that's just the two of them hanging out, right? If they were drinking beer in a room, like that's what they would sound like.
With Bischoff, and this is what I still find hilarious about it. He's breaking things down in such minute detail, right? He leaves no stones unturned, no questions unasked or unanswered.
Mm-hmm.
And people still say he's the one that was responsible for WCW flopping in 01. It's hilarious. There's a fucking book about it.
Yeah.
Read it. It's not him.
He was very far removed from the company by that point. No one.
Yeah.
So
The whole coming back and like what they would do if his company did take over, like that was all interesting to hear, like the stories. And it's like, all right, well, if they're planning a takeover and then the next time they find out they're not owning it, how do you blame him for the company going away?
Right. To me, that's the best what if of wrestling in the last 20 years. What if Bischoff wins?
What if he
buys WCW and they come back with the Big Bang in May? Like what does it look like now? What does wrestling look like now?
that's a really good question.
Situation where they sign up Tony Khan as a fan and there becomes your unlimited money backing and eventually like pull the reins over to him.
I've always said if I was WWE when I bought WCW, I never would have gone public with it. I would have kept it a secret and just tried to buy TV time for WCW elsewhere because obviously TNT was not going to keep them. So I just would have had WCW personnel announce, hey, we're moving to this channel. Go to that channel and maintain WCW as your developmental.
Yeah.
But without saying it's your developmental. So you have 4 or 5 stars there. I mean, obviously Hogan and not going to be there. But have Booker T, Scott Steiner, have Buff Bagwell, have some guys that are stars there, be stars there, but also develop. They had AJ Styles in 01.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could have done some stuff.
Well, the interesting thing was if I recall correctly, and the stories are true, right, from everything that all these podcasters told us, is that in 2001, when WWE bought them, even though they did the whole storyline and everything, their goal was to relaunch that brand
Mhm.
as their third brand versus ECW, which is what they ended up with.
Mhm.
And they failed miserably on that whole angle.
Well, because when you think WCW, you think Tacoma, Washington.
Well, when you
Oh,
think
yeah.
about WCW, you think about an alliance between them and ECW because that's normal.
Yeah. Big time. Yeah, huge.
I love
Brilliant.
where they started with the Shane McMahon thing,
Yep.
and it was
Yeah.
trash from then on out.
Yeah.
It was just garbage after that.
I bought it, and then that's
Yeah.
disaster from there off.
I'm surprised they pulled the plug. They didn't pull the plug on it sooner.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, hey, I bought the company, and I averaged Mike Sanders. You guys remember him, right? He's here.
Now let's give you some WCW content, and let's give you Arn Anderson and Scott Hudson as your announce team.
I didn't even hate that, though.
It was kind of bad though, just a little bit.
But again, like, that's why I don't believe their whole heart. Because if your whole heart is in building a WCW, why isn't Shivani there?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Why isn't Heenan there?
I think the second biggest what if on that whole thing is not just if it is. So in the other scenario, it still plays out where WWE buys them. What if Jim Ross actually told Eric what he was going to be doing, and Eric actually came for the invasion angle?
Yeah.
That could have been better because I bet he would have I
sure.
bet he would have cared enough to weigh in there, versus when he did eventually come, he's like, "Whatever, I'm talent. You're just paying me to be here."
Or another good one is a very simple pivot point. What if Buff Bagwell, and this is going to be a funny sentence for me to even say, but what if Buff Bagwell and Booker T crush? Great match.
Yeah.
Received well.
Yeah.
Pops Tacoma,
Yeah.
which again, not a traditional WCW territory. What then?
And Buff Bagwell doesn't get fired on the first night in the new company.
Yeah, that's a great story in itself. I'm happy it happened just for that.
The only thing great about Buff Bagwell that I've heard recently is whatever episode I'm on of Conrad and Jeff. No, Conrad and Eric, and they were talking about him, and it came up, and he's just like, we had problems, but we wish nothing for the best, and we really hope that Buff pulls the nose up. And I'm like, oh damn.
God, I really wish the best for Buff.
Is that JR?
I really hope.
I feel like I just heard Conrad, JR, and Jeff Jarrett
Yes.
made a love child, and that's what I got.
You got Conrad Jarrett.
Oh, have a little ha ha on JR.
It's true.
But another thing too is, if you can't get Bischoff for the invasion, or if he's misled or whatever, you fired Jeff Jarrett the day you bought the company on television.
National TV.
Why wouldn't you have or try to bring Jarrett in to lead the invasion? It makes it more believable. Like, you just fired this guy and now he's here. Like invading with Mike Awesome and average Mike Sanders and who the fuck else is there, I don't remember, but
Chronic. The team of Chronic.
Norman
Brian
Smiley.
Adams. I liked Norman Smiley though.
I don't dislike him. It's not when you think about the pantheon of names, like
who better than Canyon?
Canyon's great.
What a great Dark Side of the Ring, by the way. It was a sad story, but it was really well done.
It was really well done.
Well done.
So, guys.
And Ric Flair doesn't look as bad this week as he did last week. Well, if you think about it, they cut out the rest of that phone call where he says that Canyon's making is a personal choice to be gay. That's not that part was cut out of Dark Side of the Ring.
I do like that this second half of the season's been like, hey, fuck Ric Flair. Like, that's the whole It's the whole theme to the second half of the show.
Somebody said recently that like, what if Dark Side of the Ring is really AEW's hit parade, Hitman, so to speak, which is just terrible, but I doubt it.
Well, I mean, how would they prove themselves otherwise?
Well,
You know what I mean? Like, how would they prove they're not?
true. The only thing I could say is that they did the plane ride from hell one, right?
Mhm.
And while Ric Flair comes out looking terrible, Tommy Dreamer's a moron. JR
Well,
didn't.
that's always been a thing.
JR didn't look stunning after that episode, but at least he admitted what happened.
You know, actually, my biggest takeaway from it, and I was texting people about it as soon as after the show was over. Love the fact that Jericho's narrating the episode. He's on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Never mentioned.
Nope, not once.
Was he just reading a book in the corner? Like, you can't tell me Jericho was not a part of what was going on. I will not believe that.
Probably in the back sipping his Grey Goose and reading a book.
No, what
sure.
did he say earlier in this season or before the season started was that he didn't want to, maybe it was about last season, but it was basically like he was in the Owen Hart episode because he felt he had to. He otherwise just wants to narrate the show.
Oh, and that's fine. But what I'm saying,
But
is
he was there.
If you're trying to remain, contain integrity,
Yeah.
the guy narrating your show is on the plane.
Yeah. Agreed.
And you're just going to ignore the fact that he was there. Like, they didn't even make like a stand-in in the back look like him.
Nope.
I didn't like that.
They got
Again,
JR though.
Knowing Jericho through the years, he was not sitting there reading a magazine and taking a nap. Like, he was up and about.
Agreed. The biggest question mark coming out of Plane Ride from Hell, though, for me is, do you think that JR really wore the black and red Raw jacket on the plane
No.
with
No.
the cowboy?
Especially in 2003. There's no way.
No way.
I looked at it and I was like, isn't that like 1997? JR?
Yeah. I don't even think he'd be wearing that on the plane in 1997.
No.
So,
Cowboy hat, I believe, but the
Yes.
jacket is where it threw me.
not even the cowboy hat.
No, I'm pretty sure he wears those out in public.
He does. He does
Now
wear Cowboys hat.
Now he does.
Yeah.
But, gentlemen, TJ and Mike have never played this game before. We are going to play a little game.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, someone else can suffer. I've had WrestleMania 11 and 27.
I like games. Let's do this.
Alrighty, so let's play this hokey video that we have here.
Not my job, bro. You gotta defend this WrestleMania.
Weirdest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
Where did you get footage of me riding a bike?
Ask Buddy the dog. So, what we do here is we defend a WrestleMania. We have 2 minutes to explain why this particular WrestleMania was great. So,
Possibly the best.
possibly the best. We pick it out of a hat, well, out of a bag, and
If mine's not 19, I quit.
it has to be any WrestleMania.
I think 19's still available, and 18 and 17.
And then whoever here could rebut it has a minute to rebut it.
Okay.
But we've only been timing Carl. Ha ha.
That's fair, actually. that you
Mostly
would do
because
that.
I'll get, like last week, WrestleMania 27, go, I can't defend this shit.
Well, you would ask the question 12 minutes into the show, and that's how the show would end. So,
Yeah.
it's fine.
So we will let TJ go first.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's say.
I'm going to get like WrestleMania 2000. I can feel it. 26. So that would be 2010.
That was done.
Can I look up the card first? Because I
Yeah.
have no idea what's on that one.
You could definitely
Yeah, we
definitely
this
have notes.
typically what we end up doing.
Yeah.
There's actually one no-brainer match in this WrestleMania, TJ. It should make it easy for you.
All right, so I have the card in front of me. So let's see. Yoshitatsu. He won the Battle Royal, beat Zack Ryder. Let's see. Shomiz defeats Morrison in R-Truth. Orton defeats Cody Rhodes. He beat Cody Rhodes and TTBS. I hate it already.
Yes, was a triple
This is
threat
the
match.
this is the year Jack Swagger won Money in the Bank. Jesus, you guys.
Yeah. It's not
Triple H
better.
defeats Sheamus. Rey Mysterio beats CM Punk. I actually remember that one. Bret Hart defeats Mr. Mid. I can't. What do you want me to do with this?
Keep
what do
going.
you want me to do with this?
keep going. It's not. This is not the worst. I had 27.
I will repeat. Bret Hart defeats Mr. McMahon.
That's more
And-
interesting. Would you
And
rather
with
see
a
that, or would you
no
rather see
hold bar
John
lumberjack
Cena?
match with Bruce Hart as special guest referee?
Would you rather see that, or would you rather see John Cena versus The Miz in the main event of WrestleMania?
Hold on a second. Hold on a damn second. I love that show because of that match. The Miz is an underrated heel champion.
Completely
agree.
agreed.
I'll agree with that statement, but that's not a match.
Also,
that
he
I'm
was
waiting
concussed
for.
for the end of that match. Let's see
Yes.
what else do I have here. Jericho and Edge. 10 Diva tag match. Alicia Fox, Layla Maurice, Michelle McCool, and Vicky Guerrero
Oh
defeat
God.
Beth Phoenix, Eve Torres, Gail Kim, Kelly Kelly, and Mickey James. Holy fuck. John Cena defeats Batista and Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. So this is Street Career. Okay, so
I mean, that's the match.
this card I can't defend. But Punk and Mysterio was very good. I do remember that. Shawn and Undertaker 2. Now, granted, their first match was better. But this, with the entrances, this one, and obviously the ramifications of it, and the ending to this match, is this also the one Undertaker spiked himself doing the suicide dive? And the cameraman was supposed to catch him and didn't?
Yes.
Okay, so all of that. Phenomenal match. Cena and Batista, I'm sure, was good. I don't remember it. And he won by submission, which is ridiculous. But I'm sure Jericho and Edge was good. So I will defend matches on this card. But that's what's weird about WrestleMania 26 is you have matches that are so good. Great rivalries, great action, all of that. And then you're down here with Vicky Guerrero in a 10-women's tag match. So I will defend matches. I'm not defending the card. This is not a great card at all.
Do you want to know who else was in that battle royal that Yoshitatsu won?
I'm sure I can find out.
I could tell you because I have it right in front of
Let's
me.
do it.
Primo. This is the elimination order that they were limited in. Primo, Slam Master J, also known
boy.
as Terry Ray Gordy Jr. Caitlin Croft. I have no idea who that is. Trent Beretta.
Mhm.
Chavo.
Oh, Croft was Beretta's tag partner.
Yes, apparently. But the Dude Busters. See, I have no idea. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Dude Busters.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
They've never made it up.
Dude.
Superstars.
Buster.
So Trent Beretta, obviously we know who Trent is because he's still wrestling. Chavo, Mark Henry, the Great Khali, Luke Gallows, JTG, Masters, Tyson Kidd, Harry, or I guess David Smith, but Harry Smith, Vladimir Kozlov,
Oh boy.
Kung Fu Naki,
Oh, boy. I love that one.
Gold Dust, Shad Gaspar. That's sad. William Regal, Tyler Rex was in this, also
Oh,
known
boy.
now as Gabby Tuft.
Mm.
Santino Morella, Jimmy Wang Yang, Vance Archer, Carlito, Finlay, David Finlay, Mike Knox, who I I don't know why. Like when he was Nux under
Mike
TNA or
Knox
whatever.
is underrated. I loved Mike Knox.
No, I know, but like his just terrible name when he went to TNA, Nux.
Nux.
And then Zack Ryder. So yeah, what a cast of characters that is in that battle royal.
I'm sorry. Did I catch a Vance Archer in there?
You did,
Okay.
Lance
That's what I
Hoyt. You know, Lance Archer.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I know. Vance Archer sounds like a Ghostbusters villain.
Accurate.
Alrighty. I think Mike is up.
Mike better get WrestleMania 2000.
Give me WrestleMania 13.
No, that's an easy one.
I was there.
WrestleMania.
Oh,
7.
he
You were
got
in
it.
Boston.
He's got a fucking easy one.
WrestleMania 13 was in Chicago.
Oh, Jesus.
6.
What the hell? I'm gonna get 2 again. I'm gonna get something terrible.
All right. Well, let's to truly embrace the greatness of a card, you really have to recognize some of its weaknesses first. 14 matches, if I remember correctly.
I believe that's correct. Yes.
That a lot of matches. I
We
think
had to watch
the
Dino Bravo.
I think the average match,
Not
was
including
like,
the dark match. Yes, 14.
average match length, probably like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Also
Taking
correct.
across the entire card. But let's embrace some of the good stuff on that card. We had the awesome Roddy Piper promo before he goes out against Bad
News Brown.
Oh,
So bad.
Phenomenal. It was amazing.
That's in the
Can't-
book of bad ideas.
Amazing.
Can't watch it
And
on
then
network anymore.
Yep.
And then Andre stole his solution, so he had to go through the airport like that.
Yep. Which we got that amazing story out of this pay-per-view, so that's awesome.
Mhm.
If I remember correctly, the Dusty Rhodes match ended with him and Sapphire dancing in the ring.
That is correct.
Which was awesome. And the only reason I know this one so much is back in back in middle school, actually, my parents bought me I think it was 13 WrestleMania box set. And I wore out WrestleMania 6. I loved the Warrior back in the day. As a lot
When
of
did Sapphire turn? Was that SummerSlam?
I'm
I'm
not
not
sure.
as good of a wrestling historian as you are, TJ, so I apologize. I don't know that one. Ted DiBiase and Jake the Snakes was a decent match.
Ooh,
from what I
that
recall.
was good. That was good.
Technically,
Great
for the $1 million
promos.
championship.
Great promos.
Absolutely.
Holy shit.
The crowd was hot for Warrior Hogan.
Yep.
Warrior can't wrestle, but as a young Warrior fan, I loved that match. And watching Hogan take the motorized golf cart ring back
Yes.
while he looked like he was crying. Overall great. And also underrated on that card was Jesse the Body and Gorilla.
Yes.
Yes.
Phenomenal work for those guys.
You did not even mention Rhythm and Blues coming to the ring in a pink Cadillac driven by DDP.
Driven by DDP. You're right. I didn't. I apologize. That was also
With
on
Peggy
there.
Sue, also
Right.
known as Sensational Sherry.
Of course, a fucking an overrated honky tonk man and a fucking salty Greg Valentine with sensational Sherry.
And
DDP.
You also didn't mention the Hart Foundation versus the Bolsheviks.
Well, I didn't have to mention every match. I was mentioning the ones you wanted to see.
I'm also mentioning the ones that are just obscure that are here.
That
Okay.
match was like
that
2
match
minutes.
was like what, 20 seconds?
Yeah, it wasn't long at all.
19 seconds.
Yeah.
Actually, so this is a little interesting trivia question. So the longest match on the card is obviously Warrior versus Hogan. Clocks in at 24 minutes. The next closest match is not even half as long as that in the longest match. Can you guess which one had the longest match after
Which one?
Warrior Hogan? Kolb has named it in his list of things he remembers.
I'm giving you a hint right now.
Is it was
Macho Man.
No.
was it Dusty
Wasn't
DiBiase?
No, because that wasn't a
I
match.
mean, half right.
DiBiase did participate, but it was DiBiase.
Oh, is it
versus-
Dusty Savage then?
No, it was DiBiase
I don't know.
and Jake the Snake came in at About
Oh.
about 11 minutes and 50 seconds, so about 12 minutes. But yeah, the rest of the card, while the average match time is 5 minutes, there's a lot of 3 and 4 minute matches on here.
Bonus point, I will send the winner of this a prize. Can anybody tell me the attendance from this WrestleMania?
The announced attendance or the actual attendance?
Well, he's looking at it.
I'm
No, I don't
looking at
count. I'm just curious which one you mean.
I'm looking at whatever Wikipedia tells me.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't name it because I was looking
So-
at it as well.
This is the Sky Dome, and I
Yeah.
know it was the second highest WrestleMania attendance at the time. I know Safeco at 19 did not beat it, and that was 64.
67, 678.
Are we doing prices right here?
I mean, it doesn't matter because he just hit it on the head at 67.
He would win all the money
678. Yeah.
because he has
What?
it in front of him.
It, ding, 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 ding. He just won.
You cheating fuckers!
I mean, he definitely cheated.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm not getting a
gonna
prize.
guess-
I don't want a prize.
I was gonna guess
You're getting a prize.
71. I was gonna guess 71.
You would have been over, but you still would have been pretty close in the ballpark.
Yeah.
So
Don't worry, TJ. We're sending Rocco a prize.
I believe
That's
the announced
bullshit.
attendance was something like 83,000 or something ridiculous.
That sounds right. That does sound right.
And that prize is probably not going to be opened because it's probably going to be a glitter bomb.
It'll be open. It'll be open for you. It'll be a steaming pile of flaming dog shit on your front deck.
That's
Damn.
good. That's good. I'm glad. My neighbors
Will not
enjoy
be
that.
delivered by the postal service. It'll be delivered by Mike Cole via private plane.
I have friends in New York. One of our employees just moved to Brooklyn, so that's just a subway ride away from Rocco.
There you go.
See, so we've gotten like 26 has got Undertaker and HBK, which makes up for the rest of the shit show.
Correct.
And before that,
Yeah.
6 is, I would say most people's top 7. Two reasonable shows. We need a WrestleMania 23 or a WrestleMania.
Well, it's my
12
turn,
here.
so that means I'm going to get something like ridiculously terrible.
Yeah, let's
See, 2 even you could make the argument because of at the
No.
time what they were doing was revolutionary.
But it was
Are you just picking a rant? What are you doing, Rocco? I feel like I've seen you
I
look
want.
at a couple.
I want to. Yeah, I want to legitimize this. So
Wow.
he doesn't.
Oh,
he doesn't
gee,
get
thanks.
pissed at me.
So what are you saying? You purposely giving me WrestleMania 27? And
All right.
You got
I'm not even
WrestleMania 8 from the RCA Dome.
I'm not even looking.
Defend that.
I think I got that one too.
God bless you. That was a trash. That was a trash WrestleMania. 9.
Oh, I can defend 9. 9's great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Defend
What?
Okay, WrestleMania 9. Okay, first of all, WrestleMania was outside. Hilarious. You
First
have
one outside.
you have Bobby the Brain Alien coming on a camel backwards. You have the Macho Man on the announce team. You have Jim Ross's debut and the subtle Gorilla Monsoon passing the torch there. All of those things made for a nice appearance of watching the show.
Also, all of those things happened in the first 2 minutes of the show.
Well,
Yeah.
you got a lot to talk about here. So the highlights would include something like Tatanka versus Shawn Michaels and
Oh
The-
my god!
the ever undercard for the Intercontinental Championship that he was in for a long, long time. The Money Inc. versus the Mega Maniacs, which is a terrible match. Hogan and Beefcake, God help me. Luger is on this show, which is awful. And The Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez, which, God help me. But
Doing a
you
terrible
have-
job selling it so far.
Yeah, well, listen, it happens to the best of us because I keep getting the worst ones. But Yokozuna versus Bret Hart, I think that it's one of Yoko's probably better matches. It helps that Bret is in that match, but storytelling wise, I think they were fine until the finish and the salt and the whole deal with Hogan has to have the belt for the Fakakta European tour. You were doing well, but.
Hey, they originally had plans for the European tour.
Oh, don't shut up, Bruce.
But you forgot Luger wrestled, but he wrestled Mr. Perfect.
Yeah,
So the match was actually better than it probably should have been.
right. I just didn't want to degrade perfect by putting him in that
That's fair.
sentence.
Also, we had Doink and Crush.
Oh God, again,
Match of the night.
yeah, definitely. You
definitely.
know, that whole
three,
that was an
3.5
8.5
stars.
minute. It was an 8.5 minute match. Okay, that's terrible. You also had Razor Ramon versus Bob Backlund in a 3 minutes match. So
That'll
yeah.
put
I was
butts in
saying 3
seats.
minutes, yeah.
So,
Razor
yeah, that was
wanted a
nice.
43-year-old Bob Backlund at that show.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Already.
And then a few
if I was
months later, he
Conrad,
would
what
be
would I say?
WWF.
Well, AJ Styles is 42,
Yeah, and then a few months later, he would be WWF champion.
and then he would lose it in 8 seconds.
Yes, he
Yep.
would.
Alrighty.
You know what? At least when Backlund lost it in 8 seconds, he got power bombed. If you think about it, most people who lost it in other ways that quickly, like the whole Becky Lynch thing recently, like that was the worst. That wasn't even a finisher.
I do love did you ever hear the story of what Backlund said when he came backstage after that match? After
No.
the Diesel match. So he came back, he got, jackknifed. And I think they did something to wrestle did a show on Backlund's comeback. And
Yeah.
he comes backstage and he looks at Bruce Pritchard and he goes, "I'll never fucking take that again."
Huh.
And Lord knows he wouldn't have to because he wasn't in the main event anymore.
Yeah.
That was the end of the Bob Backlund experiment.
Can anybody tell me how many WrestleManias Doink the Clown was on?
7.
No. I'm going to say 3.
Yeah, 3 is a safe bet.
So, just to be clear, we're going with the gimmick that is Doink the Clown because
Yes.
there's been. Okay.
Yes.
So, Matt Bourne, WrestleMania 9.
Okay.
Ray Apollo, WrestleMania 17.
Okay.
And I'm presently looking for the rest, but I think that is it.
WrestleMania 10.
Oh, we'll see. I'm going through all the Doinks right now.
He
on
was a
Pro
10.
TV.
Yeah, he was a 10.
He was a 10. Was he in the multi-man tag match?
No, I think it was him, Doink. No, him and Dink versus I forget who else.
Oh, Bam Bam and Luna.
Bam Bam Boom. There you go.
Yep.
See, I wouldn't have got that.
There you go. Who can anybody guess who was Doink that night?
It was. Oh man, I'm gonna say it was Ray Apollo.
Hiding
Ray
right.
Apollo. Right. Ray Apollo didn't pop up, or it didn't pop up for Ray Apollo. And
Maybe Steve Lombardi.
it's the only WrestleMania Lombardi even has on his profiles.
Probably
WrestleMania
one.
17.
Oh. Fun fact: Matt Bourne was on WrestleMania 1.
Was. I did not know that.
Alrighty. I'm gonna pick mine.
If he gets WrestleMania 14, I'm gonna choke him.
I think we should all just hop out.
Let us all leave.
Yeah,
Start our own show.
we already did it. It's Filter Free Podcast. Like and subscribe where you listen to your podcasts.
4.
I didn't know you were on the show.
You son of a bitch! This is my favorite one. This is bullshit.
What'd you get?
4.
Alrighty. WrestleMania 4.
5 words is all you need. 5 words.
5 works. So, this is the 4th annual installment of WrestleMania, the extravaganza, live from the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Yes, the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. It was on March 27th, 1988. It was the only WrestleMania to host a tournament for the WWF Championship.
This is a shame.
What happened?
So, which is a shame.
Yeah, which is, yeah. It was announced by Gorilla Monsoon and the very, 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 very overrated Jesse Ventura. Interviewed by their interviewers such as Gene Okerlund, Vanna White, and Bob Uecker. So look at this card here. Let's see what we got. What do we have here? Bad News Brown defeating, eliminating Bret Hart in the Battle Royal. Ted DiBiase with Andre the Giant and Virgil defeating Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Don Morocco defeating Dino Bravo. Greg Valentine defeating Ricky Steamboat. Savage defeating Bush Reed. Fast forward a little bit. Ultimate Warrior defeating Hercules. Yes, Hercules.
Not in the tournament.
Not in the tournament, though. We got in the tournament Randy Savage defeating Greg Valentine. Brutus Beefcake and the Honky Tonk Man. Brutus Beefcake defeating the Honky Tonk Man. They really sunk the joint out for the WWF Intercontinental title by disqualification, so Honky Tonk retained. The Islanders and Bobby Heenan defeating the British Bulldogs and Coco Beware. And in the final match of the night, the tournament for the vacant WWF title comes to an end. The finals. Randy Savage defeating Ted DiBiase to win the WWF Championship. This is a stellar WrestleMania, live from the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
I'm not going to lie. The only thing I can say negative about this WrestleMania is how you just sold it.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
But
It was really bad. I'm not going to lie.
we're going to ignore all that. But you actually forgot a match in that whole thing.
I did.
You forgot. For one, Bam Bam was in it. Never
Yep.
heard his name. But also, you forgot the two combatants got a first round bye and then double disqualified each other in the second round, which is Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant.
Yep.
Which set up Ted DiBiase to get a third round bye and become fresh into the final round against Randy Savage, who would just beat Butch Reed, Greg Valentine, and One Man Gang.
I think you should have gotten WrestleMania 4.
Dude, I that's my favorite one. I've watched it at least a dozen times. It's the crowning of Macho Man. He should have won at 5.
Another terrible thing that happens is I get another crappy WrestleMania to defend. Another week goes by.
Can I just ask, like, if there's another thing I could potentially tear apart on this? And TJ, I will, whatever your opinion on this, as far as I'm concerned, is king. Just because out of all of us, I think you're probably the expert on WrestleMania 4. We'll say, or that timeline, right? Do you think it could have done more if instead of in that first round you get Jake Roberts and Rick Rude going to a draw? If you get, Savage faces one of them instead of Butch Reed in the first round. Do you think that
That would have
helps?
been an excellent series of matches.
Right, because
I'm
then you end
gonna.
up
Yeah.
with one of them, and then you have Greg Valentine, then One Man Gang, then Ted DiBiase.
I'm gonna flip it on you because
Ooh.
Butch Reed actually in '88 is underrated. Like Butch Reed does not get the credit he deserves. He's very, very good. I'm gonna flip it on you. I think DiBiase should have faced either Jake the Snake or who's the other one? Martel.
Rick Rude.
Rick Rude. So my bad.
I think he should have
Wrong
faced.
Rick.
I think DiBiase should have faced one of them too.
Instead of having a
Because
bye.
I understand. Yeah, because I understand what you're doing with Hogan Andre. You're continuing the storyline, but and also it's a 3-hour show. But I think by giving DiBiase the bye, like I understand you're trying to make Savage the underdog and he has to overcome these odds, and Hogan and Andre getting involved in the championship match. But I would have had DiBiase face one of them two. Maybe who did he face in the tournament again?
This was a 4-hour spectacular, by the way, not a 3-hour.
Okay.
show.
Hacksaw, Don Morocco, and then Randy.
See, I would have. Morocco was pretty big in '88 too, but he was on the way down. So I probably would have had Jake or Rick Rude instead of Morocco.
Yeah,
Because they were still pushing Hacksaw in '88. So I'm not going to get rid of Hacksaw, but Morocco, I don't think he was in the company for 6 months after that.
Yeah, because you get 2 buys in this tournament.
Yeah.
One Man Gang gets the buy,
Yeah.
and Ted DiBiase. I think I don't mind the final buy of Ted DiBiase. I just wish that instead of One Man Gang, you would have gotten because it was one man gang versus Bam Bam. So you could have had Bam Bam versus Jake or Bam Bam versus Rick Rude
Yeah.
going into Randy Savage. Instead, you got one man gang getting a bye and him having to face him.
My only thought is with DiBiase, he was always known to buy things, never really had to earn it. And I think if he has to beat Rick Rude or Jake on the way, then he earns it, and then it becomes more real in the fans' eyes. Like, all right, DiBiase's here because he's supposed to be here. He's good, and Randy Savage is our favorite. We want him to win. Then it's it's a little more investment on the fans' part. Then
Bruce
Not
would
that I'm
argue
complaining.
that that's not his character,
That's fine.
right?
And you know what? To be fair to Bruce, I can't argue that. I thought with the tournament played in perfectly with DiBiase's character.
For sure.
100%.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
We're grasping at straws here, trying to find
Yeah,
something
yeah.
to improve.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Closing thoughts for tonight.
This is fun.
Yeah,
TJ, go ahead.
go ahead, TJ. Yeah, lead it.
I had a great time with you fellas. Good to see you again, Mike. Love you as always. James, man of the hour. Rocco, this guy, up and moving. Also want to send my thoughts out to Carl. He's going through some hard stuff right now, and we're thinking about him. So I just want to say that too.
Yes, absolutely. Mike?
Definitely enjoyed my time here tonight, gentlemen. I was only supposed to be here for the first 10 to 15 minutes because I expected the wife to be home. She just texted me saying she'll be home in 10, so apparently it takes 2 hours to get to my house from Midway Airport. I could have made it to TJ's house and back in that time. I should have gone over to TJ's. TJ needs to invite me over more now that I think about this.
Cheers. I'm off this
to
weekend,
hang out.
brother.
He's working days
We'll
and
talk.
he's off this weekend.
Yeah.
You're-
Wow.
We're gonna have some conversations. But yeah, no, thanks for having me. It was fun. Please don't forget to text your nudes to 401-497-2882.
Give Frank Bruno some love. No polar bear pictures for him, please.
Poor
And
guy.
James, your final thoughts?
It's so weird to bring it back to modern wrestling here for a second. It is so weird to anticipate wanting to watch AEW and getting really, really excited about it. And then
They're hot.
the rest of the promotions can't do anything right. And the one promotion that I thought maybe could not do wrong, just from a pure wrestling standpoint, went back to the 1980s. So
Yep.
in NXT. So AEW front runner, and they're not even doing anything necessarily to stay in the lead.
They're hot. They're hot right now.
They are hot.
Guys, thank you for being here tonight. Love you, Carl.
Love you, Carl.
And we will see you guys next week on Up Late 958, gentlemen. It's been fun. It's been real. Stick around for like 2 seconds after we get off the air. We're out of time. See you guys next week.
Oh.